pocketbook is empty and my heart is full of pain. I'm 1,000 miles away from home, just waiting for a train.
And welcome to the 55th installment of the Hot Mess Express with the lovely Miss Mary Paige, the fantabulous Miss Didi, and I, Roxanne from Foxy's Fishes. How is everyone this evening? How are you two?
Great. I'm doing. I gotta get my pointers going.
That's right. Oh, my skull sticker fell off. Let's see. I'm trying not to mess it up.
So you're de-skulled? You're de-skulled now?
I
love it.
Skull sticker up, so I'm just going to wear green tonight in support of Skull.
Oh, excuse me. My shirt kind of came unbuttoned, too. Whoops.
Oh. That's a
hot malfunction.
Before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's run through who's joined us to chat because we have a fantastic guest waiting for us backstage.
Yes.
First in, I see Fijon. Welcome, Fijon. Mystery Snail Guardians. Hello, Snail Sister. Reed G. Patty's Petite Tanks. Eric Wyrock. Jimmy P's Aquariums. Welcome, Jimmy. Welcome, everybody. Freshwater Ichthyology. Paul McCarthy. Beck's Fish Room. Midril Singh. My Fish Tanks Aquatics. Stephen P.
Stephen.
Al Wet Sox, Mark Sterlson, Mexicali Fishkeeper, Raven Thomas, Michelle E. There's Miss Didi. Gina's Reef. Hello, lovelies. Lady Rorschach, Mike's Aquatics. Oh, there's a full house in here. It's awesome. New Local Austin. Hello. Michael Long. Did I say? And it jumped. I don't know where I was. Okay, Michael Long, Greg's Planted Tanks, RB. Hello, Ricky. Welcome. Let's see. Did I miss anybody?
Let's see.
I didn't see Brookley in here yet.
She's
welcome. Hello, Brookley.
Welvina Fish Clan. Welvina and Jenna. We said hello. Okay.
Hello. Welcome, Science Gal.
And Science Gal. Hey, Carrie.
Well, Vina, which is Melvin's new channel name. So welcome, Melvin. Thank you for joining us all this evening.
Love you.
We have a fantastic guest this evening. We don't have anything crazy planned. We just wanted to have him up here to hang out with him because we hear that he has some cool fish and we want to hear about them. So
Hey, Skull is cool. And see that? I got this cool skull sticker, which is going on my wall, but I thought I would like go ahead and sport it for the
he does.
stream.
He has awesome stickers. We already stuck ours up on the sticker board. Otherwise, I'd have mine out in support as well. But without any further ado, please welcome Skull Aquatics. Welcome, Skull.
There he is. Hey.
Thank you for coming and hanging out with this hot mess tonight. We greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, I didn't know my sticker with blue buttons off. That's pretty cool.
Now, do you prefer to be called Skull or Curtis or Kurt or whichever?
Whichever.
Matter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, George. Aqua Balls just came in. Hey, George.
Hello, George. Welcome.
And Sketty Nana.
Kitty Nona, welcome.
Nana.
How are you this evening?
Michael.
So,
We try to get all those loaves.
we invited you up this evening because it was actually a personal request of Miss Didi to have you on as a guest because she is fascinated by the types of fish that you keep. Would you
Oh
like
my
to
God.
tell us a little bit about what types of fish you like to keep?
All but one tank is Gudias or Lemias. I know all of them are Caris fish.
Mm-hmm.
They're either endangered or they are extinct. And
That's very good.
almost all of them I've gotten from Great Sage or a couple other breeders.
That's very cool. How many different types of
stuff
Gudias do you have currently?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 Gudias, 2 Lemias, and I have the Yucatan sailfin mollusks now.
That's awesome.
Which
I've wanted to get into Gudias. I haven't ventured into them, but they are cool little fish.
They
Now, for
really
people
are.
who don't know too much about them, would you like to tell us their care, where they come from?
they're all live bearers, which is awesome.
Mm.
You're not playing with the egg layers. They're very hardy fish because most of them come from Mexico, South America. They will stand a little warmer temperatures. I've had them up, 78 degrees, but they prefer it down 72, 74. I have them all in my basement.
Very cool.
Now, where did you see Gudias to know that that's the kind of fish you wanted to get?
Right. That's a good
first see them?
question.
I had a really good relationship with my local fish store.
Mhm.
So I was the guy that if you went and got guppies, mollies, sailfin, mollies, whatever, swords, mystery snails, fleckos, they came from down here in tubs and tanks. And he would just call me and say, I need more guppies, I need more whatever, and I would just take a bucket over to him. Well, eventually he got old enough and he retired.
Oh.
Oh.
He was ready. He had been in it a long time. But so then I was sitting here like I'm in the middle of nowhere, and I wasn't going to ship any fish. So I eventually got out of all those. Like, well, what am I going to do? And I'd been watching YouTube forever. Like Joey when he was young, super young, and Corey when he first moved in that house and he didn't even have a tank in there yet.
Right.
And I was watching Girl Talks Fish. Back then, she was a gamer.
Oh, Irene.
Yeah.
Love Irene. Yes.
And she was interviewing Greg Sage. So then I started watching his channel. And it was like, where are these fish? I've never seen them before. Never seen them. So I just started hunting. And then I went to his website, and on the right-hand side of his homepage, he has a letter that he wrote to hobbyists and to serious professionals and everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And he says it better than I could ever say it about how important it is to keep these fish. Because if we don't, nobody will, and they'll be gone.
Yes.
Right.
And
It's serious. Like it's really serious. Yeah.
very serious. So I thought,
Very serious.
I've been doing this forever since I was a little kid. I'm gonna get 2. I'm gonna get 2 from him, and I can do my part. A couple of 10s, a couple of 20s. That's easy. And 2 turned into 4, turned into 6. It's gotten ridiculous where I'm at his house.
We don't understand that problem at all.
No.
That's why usually I'm sitting clear farther to the wall so you can see more
Mhm.
tanks. But that's under construction for more tanks, so I had to slide back. Because like these sailfin mollies, they're gonna need like a 75,
Yeah.
and the Amica splendens are gonna need some 40 breeders. So I gotta step up some game here, and I'm already looking for. I have 4 other ones on the radar.
And Stubbs Aquatics says Greg Sage is an awesome fish breeder.
Yeah.
You got that right.
He's just an awesome guy. How he is in his videos is when you knock on his door, he's the same person.
Well, see, we never see a good idiot in our fish stores here.
I've
You'll
never
never
either.
see them.
I'd never
Yeah.
seen one. And then the first time it was right before the pandemic. I got to go to his house, and I walked in his basement. You're just in shock because there are fish in there that I always tell them I'm not going to tell everybody what's in here, but there are some fish in there that would just blow people away.
Oh my gosh. They are such good fish.
And I told Jimmy P, and I know he's repeated it, that if you haven't seen his crystal nose pleco, those long fin greens, everybody else's do not compare. His are ridiculous. And he's working on a different color. That's all I'll tell you is he's working on a different color.
Oh, yeah.
Another
Did
channel I watch
Did
that I
Corey
love.
do an interview with him?
Who?
Corey. Did Corey do an
Yeah,
interview
Corey
with
did.
him?
Corey's
I
done
saw
two.
those fish. They were huge.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
these
they're
things-
like super long.
Yeah, his
Why
crystal
is he
nose are
not-
6-inch.
Yeah, why is Didi not blue? Didi?
I don't know.
That's 'cause
I
he's
know.
slick.
Uh,
That's
one
why
of the-
he's slick.
I watched that talked about Goliads is Goliad Farms. In Texas. I love them. I know a lot of people know who they are because they went to that winter storm last year and
Yeah.
went to a whole bunch and been sharing with us. And I think Corey has done a lot of Aquarium Talks done a lot of videos with them. But he's done some species guides on them as well.
Oh, I love
I'm working
that
on making
farm.
a blue Didi.
But
And I did see Corey do a video before the storm hit, so I was kind of familiar with him. And then I
Yeah.
really became familiar when he was cleaning up after that terrible loss of so much.
Oh, it was they went through something else, that's for sure.
Resilient people.
Greg Sage also has great live bearer stock. He is one of the original ALA members that Chew has been talking about. Let me fix my shirt. Sorry, guys.
He
Well,
was,
Didi should be blue now. I think I fixed it.
he was the ALA president
Yes.
for a long time. And the reason I had to, this last Saturday I went 2 weeks ago, the reason I had to go to that Saturday is because he was speaking in Ohio the weekend before. The next weekend he was in Atlanta, so you got to catch him on the right weekend because he's gone. But he's
So now, yeah, you are really into the Goodeids. Now, what do you find so attractive about the Limnians?
the Lemures are from around the same region. They're just a different species, but they're still live bears. They're still very hardy. They're beautiful fish. I mean, the Perugiers with the blue on them, if you get to see those in person.
I find that I tend to have a soft spot for species from the similar area, and it's funny how I just stumble upon them, not searching species in the area, but I just will find a fish that I like, research it, and then realize it's from the area that I like all my other fish from.
Oh, really? That's a new.
Which is more like Burmese
interesting.
fish. Like I love fish from like Burma, Suriname area. So very much like the CPDs and the different types of loaches and the emerald resboras. I'm very much a resbora person. So I can understand your fascination with just like especially traveling down the rabbit hole of like Goodeids or Limias, because I'm very much there with reservoirs, specifically from that region.
And there's so many that I'm in a lot of groups that are like from Europe.
Hmm.
They have some that they collected in the 40s and 50s that you can't even get in the United States right now.
Oh,
They have and like Holland, they have a better collection than we do, and we live a lot closer. You know, we could have drove down there 20 years ago and collected ourselves. That's where the main hub is in Europe. But we can all do our part and have one.
Yeah.
You know.
And Judy
Right.
says there are not too many original members left since the 1970s. I can think of but a few, but many I am one of, but he is one of them. That association. Lady Rorschach agrees she has similar taste in those types of reservoirs as well. I think a lot of people are in love with the reservoirs and the Goodeids even because they're adorable. They're adorable fish. How can you look at that fish and not fall in love?
Right.
That's why I get so torn, because I watch everybody else's videos and it's like, man, I want to tank those. I want to tank those. It's like, well, I kind of got to keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm kind of going down that hole. So maybe someday.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens. You buy the fish, and now you got to buy another tank.
Yes. And the sooner
Right.
or later you're up to 56 tanks and you're like, I don't have enough tanks. Where am I putting this next fish? Because that's what we're at.
happened? What happened? Well, now, what was the blue fish that you put up on the auction at Renee's Cutter Guppy's auction? What was that real blue fish?
That's the Lemia perugiae.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Lemia perugiae?
Perugia.
I believe he has a video of those on his channel still. They're very beautiful.
Oh, Aquatic Arts must have had those at one time also.
And Jimmy wanted us to say hello to you for him.
Jimmy. Jimmy's home.
Subs. That's so awesome to hear. I was wondering if Jimmy was home yet or not. So
If that's okay for you to say, he's home.
We see Cooley as well. Let's have Bex come in. Anyone else that's come in that I've missed? Barely. Welcome.
Hello.
Barely said that she's sub to Skull. That's awesome.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Skull is awesome.
Mhm.
See here's my skull sticker. I've not even I'm still like trying to do another shout out video where I've got my skull sticker. I've got one for Catfish Terry and who else was it? Oh, and Hawaiian Fish Keeper. I've got some of his stickers. And then oh my gosh, I just went totally blank. What's new? Dream keeping. Fish keeping.
Yes.
Yes. Sent me
Dream
some
fish keeping.
Banana guppies. Sorry, I'm a little bit I'm all over the place. I'm still
It's okay.
trying to
Mary had an
move.
exciting past 24 hours.
Yeah, I'm a little overwhelmed right now. And I want to
off a high test gas.
what's been going on with me for the past 24 hours because Roxanne kind of put it out there in the community. I'm having to move real quickly, and a lot of the fish families come together to help me get this done. And I just want you guys to know how much I appreciate it. And when I get my life together, it's going to be better. And I've got so much to share with you guys back. So thank you. I don't want to get all into it right now, but I just want to thank you. And thank you, Roxanne, for all you have done for me and Papa Calvin. It's like such a blessing. I just, like, I could cry for an hour. So let's just get off that.
Well, we love you, Mary. But have you reached your goal? Have you reached your goal?
We have reached our goal, and we got word today that where I'm working at, the lot right next door to us, the guy will lease it out or rent it out to us. And you know, since I've come out of like my troubles in the past, I've always been with my family. I haven't been off on my own. We've bought the camper, we paid it off, so the camper is ours, and this is going to be the first time of moving it somewhere that it's just going to be us together and not have to worry about what else is going on in the world, except for we care about everything going on in the world around us. But like, we're going to have our own home, and I'll have my own internet finally, so I won't look terrible to you guys. But tomorrow we've got to call and get like the electric and the water and, all the grown-up stuff. We've got to get all the bills in line and get in check.
Yeah.
And then we've got to pay somebody to actually move the camper. And I'm excited, but I'm nervous, and it's just a new part of my journey. And I couldn't have done any of this without my family here. And you guys mean the world to me. So I just want y'all to know how much I love you and thank you. And I see my
Mary,
oh my
and you
God.
deserve it. So you deserve to be. It's a good step in the right direction. And I'm very
It is.
proud of you. You have 6 years clean. You just started a job. You're going to be out on your own, and this is going to be fantastic. This is brand new Mary, fresh from the start, and better than ever.
And, like,
2.0.
everything I've done up till now has been like pretty much skating by the skin of my teeth. Like I try to share the positivity that I get from fish keeping with everybody, but like every day is another step in the right direction to get myself on my feet. And even if it wasn't for like donations to help us do this kind of stuff, that doesn't matter. I mean, that does matter, but it doesn't. But it's just the love and support and the friendship I could live a lifetime on with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I know so many people out there are going through the same things, been through the same thing. And I'm so, how do you say it? I'm not trying to be an ambassador for people like that, but I am, like I'm trying to show people, keep putting one foot in front of the other, no matter what, stay true, stay faithful, and it will happen. Even when you think times are too hard, just keep going forward. And okay, I'll be quiet because this is about Skull tonight. So love you, Skull.
We love you, Mary. But no, seriously, thank you to everyone that has helped Mary, because it truly helps. It helps everybody. It helps everybody. Making one better is making it all better. So thank you so much for helping her.
I love to cry. I'll know that. So
we do have a question here from Lunatic. He says, has Skull ever thought of keeping small cichlids that live in the same waterways as the Goodyear species like Rusty Wessel?
Years ago, I did have small cichlids. I had epistograms and all those, yeah.
What type of epistos? I'm a fan of epistos.
I couldn't tell you now. I had yellow labs, I had epistos. Right in the tap water because it fits them.
Cool. Well, now those the blue, whatever I just asked you about.
Perugier.
Yes.
Yeah. Can they live outside in summer tubs?
Sure.
Oh, good question.
Mm-hmm.
I just put in a brand new summer tub, a third one.
All right.
That's exciting.
Sure they
Pretty
can.
soon I'll have 18 tubs outside.
See, that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm going to be able to do tubs now. Like, I'm going to have an area that I can do tubs. Wow, I just can't even believe it. So,
Oh, bless you.
It's
Bless
exciting. And Brian is like, you know what? It is tub season. So I'm going to go outside and start digging the pond. And he's been actively working on making it 8 feet deep. There's little
how's
islands.
the rat going?
Well, it's on standby. I mean, it's like half done.
Right.
But the ground is thawed, and he couldn't wait to get on his little subcompact tractor and just go.
Tear up some dirt.
He's just doing tractoring things all day.
I think his tractor sexy.
Sexy.
Well, you know what? The other day he gave me a hug and he said, "I wonder if my tractor thinks about me too." So
I think it does.
where
Yeah,
he's
He probably secretly hugs it before he comes in.
he
Make sure nobody's looking.
He comes over, like parks in front of right outside. He washes it down. He dries it, towels it down. He's like, leaves it outside the window. I'm like, what is this going on?
Well,
What is going on over here? He's like rubbing it.
okay. But does he tell you down?
He's in love with a tractor. Let me see. Is there any
It's okay if he
questions
rubs that
anyone
down, but does he rub you down, Foxy?
Right.
Did you?
He does. He does.
I
Fine and
didn't
Roxanne
hear.
gotta get
I didn't
on.
hear what you
Hot
said,
middle.
so I can't agree nor deny it.
It's too hot for y'all to get with Brian and Roxanne. Too hot.
I had to throw it in there. Couldn't help myself.
And then it says Mexico has some very interesting cichlids from Mexico that he keeps with Cudias and swordtails that are species where those fish are from.
Yeah. I don't remember who I was telling the other day, but a lot of the videos you can keep with cichlids because they have the temperament and the attitude to handle it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wouldn't keep like the little Limia tigers with them. They're just not quite big enough. But I would for sure throw the Perugier or the tequilas or somebody in with some Pistos or something. They're tough enough.
And Alan Tooth says, Roxanne, if you want some pistos, tell me how I can ship them to you and I will do it. I have too many. You know what? That's actually a good idea. I honestly should do a video on how we do our shipping of our fish and snails and stuff here. Just so people can get an idea of how shipments go out. I know people do a lot of unboxing videos of our shipments and they see all the fish tacos.
Yeah.
But maybe I should show them the process of us making the fish tacos before we send them out.
Oh, they do a fantastic job, y'all.
I think it'll help a lot of people too, like especially shipping, because shipping is the trickiest part. I mean, if you can breed them, if you can spawn them, you can raise them, and you just got to learn to ship them. If you can't get rid of them locally.
It's scary because I'm scared to try it.
It is scary because it's definitely a baby that you cared for 2-3 months, sometimes depending on the species, a year or more, and you send them in a box and you just pray that they make it there the other side well.
Yeah.
So, I think you do pretty well. We've shipped 447 fish last I checked the log, minus the couple of shipments we had this week, and we've had 4 fish lost. 4 fish lost total.
That's really, I mean, I hate to see anything lost, but that's a good record. Y'all have done well.
Well, we want to make sure that those babies get to where they're going because they're so very precious.
Oh, Alan said, I would love to send you some for free. You're not paying for them. Pay back for all the awesome videos and information you give us. Alan is a sweet. Please subscribe to Alan too. He is like, he's got me through, between him and Roxanne, they've got me through a lot of days, and our wet socks, and I can't even tell y'all what you guys do for me. I get all mushy. There we go again. Okay, I'm off me.
Yeah,
Let's get back
Kelly,
to school.
we can make a couple fish.
Right.
Skull, do you how do you like to ship your fish? Is there any special techniques are your tried and trues?
For what?
For shipping fish? Have you shipped fish?
Oh yeah, I shipped about 100 last week.
Right.
I'm in love with my heat sealer.
Yes, I agree. That is the key. It's a good.
That is it.
Even
All
double
those
bagging when you tie and rubber banding.
Yeah.
A heat sealer.
Yes, because I'm not going to lie, I have not received a rubber band bag that has not leaked. Like a thermal heat sealer is the way to go, and you know, like it's like the keystone of a good shipment is a watertight bag. So don't cheap out if you want to do shipping with the heat sealers. I recommend spending like upwards of $100 on a good heat sealer. We recommend the one from Uline. That's the one we use. It's tried and true. We've used it for a long time. You can set it perfectly to whatever mill bags you use, and it's just effortless. And that's what I like. So that's why I was willing to pay a little bit more to have something that won't fail and I won't have to return to using. my hair straightener, which I don't recommend you ever doing. Don't ever use
That's what I was
a
going to
hair
ask you. Did
straightener,
you use that thing?
Hey,
Or
Terry.
one of those, what is that thing that you seal your vegetables in your bags?
yeah,
Food
the
saver.
vacuum seal thingy.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever works, right? I mean, in desperation, but man, I don't ever want to do that again. And Brian bought a very good heat sealer, so I never had to worry about that. But I was rubber banding, and I was debating on trying to send out the ones that I used my hair straightener on. I just didn't trust myself. So
Hey, Geek. And
but you
Terry's trying to text.
hello, Geek and Trade, but you definitely learn a lot when you're learning to ship. But we did a lot of research for a long time before we even attempted to ship out our first set of fish. And I think our first set of fish actually went to Mary. I think you got the
it was
initial test run.
Wow.
they did. Like, I was so blown away, and I didn't film it right. I like put it in the wrong mode on camera or whatever. But like everything was individually sealed up, like she was saying, with the little heat sealer. It was incredible. Like every plant came in its own little plant or package. Every fish. It was beautifully done, Roxanne. You and Brian
They're
are
all packed in there like children.
yes.
We're OCD.
And it's worth it though. Like I didn't lose a single thing. I mean, it was beautifully done. So thank you guys. You can see the love they were packed with.
You
I'm
take
sorry?
you take the two smaller bags and put them in a bigger bag.
Yes, and one bigger
Yeah.
bag.
That's what I do.
It's more efficient. You put a little bit of an airlock, a mini airlock on them. So I think I like it that way. And we use the comb paper for an extra air barrier around the inside of the box. So it can move around so it doesn't just get too hot in one spot. But Alan Tooth is saying, I need special instructions on how to ship German blue rams because mine are in 85-degree water. And that
Man,
would be a
that's some
very good
beautiful
thing to learn.
ones.
How do you ship warmer water fish?
Right.
I'm not very
This time of year, I would just ship them.
Just ship them. Yeah.
Just ship them as they are. You think it's warm enough?
Ooh. Freshwater
That's like,
ichthyology. She said the only time she had leaky bags was from suppliers that I had was a marine angel, which arrived without water, almost looked alive. So I threw it in a tank and it survived. If y'all don't know marine ichthyology or, oh my gosh, or freshwater ichthyology, I'm sorry. She's got an incredible channel, y'all. Y'all make sure to check her out. Wow.
But that's like last year was my first year of outdoor tubbing, and it was in the 80s and had been for a couple of weeks. So I put some platies outside and some cribs for Benzis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, we had a winter storm. Like, now what can I do? So I just took my tubs, covered them with a piece of plywood, and then put like foam and a couple of blankets and all that and some plastic, trying to like, I can't get them back in the house now. I don't have the tank set up that way. And you know,
Right.
those cribs, the water got down in the 50s, and all those cribs made it.
Really?
It's amazing.
Every fisherman, I didn't. The platies, I figured probably could, but I didn't think the cribs were. They did, and they were in there for like 3 days. Of course, I had them covered up for 3 days. So, but my water did get in the 50s.
And Mickey M has posted in chat how he ships Apistos for you.
Hey,
Alan
yes.
too. Now, Skull, I wanted to ask you: Is there like a dream goodie that you're after? Is there one that you've been seeking and you're having a hard time finding, or one that's on the bucket list?
And luciofish.
I have 3 or 4 on the bucket list.
Yeah.
There's one called the Black Prince, and I know where to get it. I know who has it.
Then what are you waiting on?
I gotta get the tank set up. I gotta have corn. That or I have to sell it with the fish and mix them.
I don't know. I see a bare spot on that wall back there. I mean, you can block those doors, but that's fine.
Right.
That's where I'm hiding my next pump, is behind the doors. That 29 is going to go over here, and then 75 is going right there.
Oh, that's a good idea. Or you can always do what we did, and I had Brian's been building balances that sit over the windows, and they hold 5 gallons.
Which is very cool, if you ask me.
I think my
I
next
love that.
my next rack on this other barrel wall is probably going to be 40 breeders.
Oh, nice. The one that Headland is currently making is I think it's 2-inch tube steel tubing, so that's going to be a heavy duty rack, and it's supposed to hold 7 and then 7 tons on one rack, 6 tons on the other, and then it's going to have a 75 underneath with the hidey hole for the kitty box. So it's going to be perfect.
I need a hidey hole.
I don't think I'm going to allow a cap on.
But yeah, she likes to have that little corner, and since I'm taking it over for her for the rack, I'm saving that little corner just for her to have her little box in. And I'm gonna get to hide it so she can't make eye contact with me when she's using the litter box, because that's quite disturbing. So
we have a cat that can't be in here. You cannot trust that cat that we have. He will. The food is probably 5 foot off the floor on a shelf.
oh wow.
And I came in one day and he was on top of a tin, knocking the food off, and he will eat through the container to get it. He's been evicted.
Oh goodness. I've had my cat Gracie where she thought the lid was on the Ultimate Angel tank, and she went to jump up in there and ended up in the tank. So they're fine. The fish are fine. The cat got scared, and now she doesn't go by that tank.
Oh, at that time, they're not going to try to catch a fish.
The way that she hit the water, she was able to bend her body, like she realized there was no lid there. She was like, oh crap, turned herself, and only her back half got wet. But she turned herself in midair. And I'm like, oh no, we can't have that with the Ultims again.
Can I share a picture of those goodies that he was talking about, the Black Prince? Can I share that?
The Black Prince?
Yeah, fish.
But if you know how to do the magic.
Do the magic.
Jess is good. She's taught me. If I can.
I still get a little mixed up with it. Melvin said he'd love to try some epistogrammas.
Yes.
That's not the one. Okay, it's this one.
Yes,
we hope that Kenny is healing up, guys. Danica Aquatics.
Do you need me to pull it up for you, or do you pull it up on screen?
I can do it. I had too many pages open. I've just put the wrong one. Because the other ones, even though it said that's what they were, I don't think that they were.
Yeah. And Brian Levy says the agility of cats is fascinating. It's incredible.
It is.
Cats are liquid. Cats are liquid. They're not solid.
Now, is that the Black Prince fish?
No.
That you're looking for?
Let's see.
Oh,
Had to hit share, add to stream.
Crack it on that. Yeah.
They are beautiful.
Oh, nice. Oh, they're beautiful. Look at them. Black Prince. Sorry, my husband is laughing in the background if y'all hear me.
I heard that.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, they're nice.
They are
Lord
nice.
help.
Now, what was your second bucket fish?
Yeah.
I'd have to look at my list. I have them written down with the scientific names. The Black Prince. Richard Reynolds is asking me if I have any trout goodies. I don't right now, but they're on the way. I will have them. You can look those up.
Trout goodies?
Question?
Yeah.
Never heard of that.
Oh, there you go.
They're named trout goodies because they look like a miniature trout from the United States.
I've never heard of that. That's also what they call the celestial pearl danios is micro trout because they look like tiny, tiny trout.
Yeah.
So that's why I love them. They're beautiful.
Such cool little fish.
They're a 4-inch fish.
They are gorgeous.
I know where to get them, and I'll probably pick them up at the end of summer when I go back to somebody's house.
You just have to make the room.
Right?
See, that sounds like the problem of a multi-tank addiction or syndrome.
yeah.
Multi-tank syndrome.
It's real. It's very real, and we all have it, so we might as well just admit it.
Well, I broke out up to 7 when I first started out in
Right.
fishing again, and I was like, I need to rein this back in. So before I moved, I broke it down to just 3 and a 300-gallon tub that was in my bedroom.
Oh my goodness.
But, so,
See,
but I
that's
ended up
like-
moving in with Brian Peplin, and right off the bat, he set up 15 tanks for snails. So I have
That's good.
15 new tanks.
Thanks for sales.
Yeah, the house quickly went from like 30 some tanks to we're at 56 tanks and 2 tubs, and he's
15 tanks
and
for
he's
snail.
digging 1 out of 4 ponds right now. So we're expanding.
Oh my gosh, y'all. I keep thinking if I get to move somewhere by myself, I'm putting my 33-gallon tank in. I'm going to do so much. I don't even know what to do with myself. Like, I'm scared to death to move. Don't get me wrong. I'm like scared. I've been used to sitting around my family. But yeah, but if I do it, then look at the freedom I'll have to like finally do things and be able to give back. And that's, oh, sorry, I keep getting off on that, but I'm just like blown away right now.
Well, life is changing in a very good way for you. So
It is. It is.
But Richard
Let's-
Reynolds says for Skull, the tiger limias are doing great.
Oh, yes.
That's good
Now
to
I
hear.
know some other fish fam keep limias as well. I know that Daniken definitely has the humpback limias that I've been trying to get off him for like a year. Just because I think they're adorable. I think they're adorable.
And the tiger limias and the ones you're talking about, the humpback, the Negro Postulato, they were originally one species, and they broke them out
Really?
because the limias don't get the humpback. But when they're small, you cannot tell them apart.
Really? Okay.
You have to wait till they get mature, and then you can tell them apart. Because
Well, I'm gonna have to make that's interesting.
Kenny needs to send me some. I'm sure that I have something that Kenny needs.
There's some bartering and trading there.
Kelly says, "What a man, ladies! Find yourself a man who will set up your tanks." You know, Kelly's not even lying. I have to brag about Peplin a little bit. He knew it was
Please
going to be
do.
like 90 some
do.
degrees today, so he literally took out the old window in the bedroom yesterday, swapped it in for a new window, a double hung, so he could put in the AC today, so it wouldn't be melting in here. Who does that? I'm not used to that.
Brian.
I'm highly appreciative. It's so squishy.
Brian, it's so squishy. So squishy sweet. Yeah.
And it's so nice and cool in here today. So thank you,
Love
honey.
you, Brian. Peplin Creek Aquatics, we love you. And thank you for taking care of me. That's my son-in-law and my daughter now. I mean, I've adopted. They're not married yet, but it doesn't matter. They're mine. That's my children. I love them.
We love you too. Mhm.
I
Okay.
saw where y'all
What a
made
guy,
your
Kelly
mark of
says.
being in a relationship. On
Brian
Facebook.
Levy says being scared to move is very relatable, and yes, it is. I mean, moving is a scary feat, but you can do it. You're not moving
It's
very
scary.
far away, and your tanks will be fine, and you can do this. You'll be good.
I know. I'm like, it's like the next chapter, and like I just got this set up, and I'm nervous, y'all, but it's gonna be fine. It's gonna
Yeah.
work out. I'm being bright and positive, but I like cried all night last night because I was scared. But that's just fear. Fear is from the devil. That's the way I got to say it, and it's gonna go away. So it'll go away.
It's just anxiety. You don't listen to the voice screaming. You listen to the one whispering. The calm voice.
And poor Roxanne, I text her like all the time. Roxanne's the one. There's a couple people I talk to, but Roxanne is the one I talk to all the time, and she knows like every detail, not without getting too deep. But I just thank y'all so much for having faith in me, and it's going to come back around. It will, I promise. It's
It
going
will.
to come. Yes.
Mary,
Brian
your kindness has preceded all of this for every
Yeah.
last one of us. Everybody in the fish fam knows who Mary Paige is. Everybody.
And you
how
don't owe
sweet
us
she is.
anything because you've given us so much, and Skull will say it. We all love Mary Paige. You
Yeah.
write us novels on every video we make. You leave novels on comments we leave.
I just want y'all, I just want everybody to know that no matter what is going on, don't be afraid to like just put it out there. Tell, like, if you're talking to a creator that creates a video, tell them what you love about that video. Tell them what that video does for you. I don't get to do it on every video, but you know, just be appreciative because people share so much information so freely, and it helps us learn. And it's like created a whole nother, I don't know what for me. Like I'm a commenter. I don't know how to go. But
Well,
without
yeah,
getting
you're
too
right. And also through the videos, you just find new, beautiful things. You learn things
yes.
about people too. But also, I'm still thinking about the Christmas video or the auction video for Vinay that Skull did of
Oh
those
my
beautiful.
gosh. Oh,
I'm in love with them, Skull.
what
I'm in love
what
with those fish.
Sam did for Vinay and what Roxanne and Brian did for Vinay is incredible. Roxanne and Brian, you know, they might not have like the cash flow to do it, but they donated fish and they donated so much of their time and effort
We all
that
do
they,
that.
yeah, and they've done the same thing for me. It's the thought that counts more than anything in this world. And Roxanne, I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody in the Fish Fam so much. And I'm getting
I
off
love
this.
you. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So unless,
I love you guys. I'll be
Brian,
right back. The dogs are barking.
okay. I'm going to have to get more tanks or tubs to help my dad with his overstocking problems in his 75-gallon before it becomes a guppy apocalypse.
Yeah.
That sounds
Snailmageddon and Guppy Apocalypse.
yes. I lost my train of thought there. I was like, guppy apocalypse. I think I had a flashback of like our mosh pit when it was like, whoa. No, I just got lost in that. Have you ever done anything with guppies or any other fish you've really delved into, Skull? Not really?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had thousands of guppies and thousands of mollies. I went through the saltwater phase. I went through the breeding for the LFS. And I was like, what am I going to do? I have to have something different. You know, we're always changing. We're always got a different like. And I fell into these 3 or 4 years ago. And a lot of people say, well, how were you out in all of our chats and nobody knew that you had these? It's like, well, they only have 3 or 4 babies at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So before I show them, I have to have 100 of them because people are going to want them. And I would say, well, I got 4.
Yeah. I fight over them.
Now, like the Doidra, I have 5 tanks of them.
And Alishan said, I would love to again find. Can you pronounce that word? Those words? Skull?
Cracodon. Well, I could. It disappeared.
Beautiful, goody, and pricey.
Cheracodon? Cheracodon?
It's Cracodon.
Cheracodon?
Because I would say like chakaka. My brain would give up halfway through.
Cracodon lateralis los maros. And I have not seen them for a while.
Well, with a bunch of names like that, it has to be a beautiful fish.
No, it is.
I'm looking at the Latin trying to derive it, but I can't pull it apart at the moment because I have camera brain. When I pop up on live stream, I forget everything I've ever known.
Well, Mick M says that the black princes carry the eggs like 2 months and have a nutrition cord to each egg.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's why they can have one baby here and one baby there, and
it's almost an umbilical cord, is what he's talking
Wow.
about.
I was going to say, is that like a semi-umbilical cord? That is very cool. So where do those nutrition cords attach to?
Just like a female human.
So the fish has its own little placenta that all the little eggs are attached to. All of the eggs, like they each don't have their. That's
Well, they
incredible.
only have 3 or 4. So
That's
it's not a guppy that has 30.
Oh,
mean,
wow.
I got these first two when they were juveniles, and it was a year and a half before I had a dozen.
Hmm.
Wow.
Because I had
Wow.
11 grow up, and then this one had 3, and another one had 3 a few months later. And that's the really good part about them is they're very hardy, and they're not going to overrun you.
That's the nice part.
Yeah, and they're beautiful.
And as the caterpillar said,
You could say it.
that or that. I know the last word, viviparous. I don't know all the other ones. San Marcos.
Yeah.
There we go.
And see, these names are very specific, just like rainbow fish,
Yes.
Right.
because there's a Xenotoca doidroid San Marcos, and they're 2 different fish.
Mm.
So if you're going to get into Goodyears and you're going to go on Aquavid, you're going to go to an auction, if you can get the location, it's very important. Because I have 2 tanks right here. I have the doidroid in one, and I have the lion's eye in another. And they're very similar. One is from San Marcos, one is from Rio, Tamazula.
And Chad is trying to teach us how to pronounce the word.
Yeah, I'm trying. I can't
Thank
even
you
do it
guys
reading
so
it to
much.
myself.
I'm just listening. I'm just absorbing.
Dino.
Like,
Well, I'm not even trying because I don't
I
want to
see.
get that meme back of me later when someone clips it out when I butcher the names. Freshwater ichthyology says some fishes have reproductive methods like mammals, like a placenta. Others almost store the eggs within them. I can't explain it well. I understand what you're getting at, freshwater, but I never fathomed the idea of a fish having a placenta for its offspring. That has blown my mind. And Midril, that's one of his pronunciations.
Right.
Xenotokai ice sunny.
Xenotoca.
Just speed it up.
It's like a Z. Zima.
Xenotoca.
Xenotoca isonite.
Those fish carry their babies like mammals,
right.
but they're fish.
Yeah.
I definitely got
the missing link,
into
maybe the missing link.
my first fish that I got into. Like I've always been heavy into the eggs, the egg scatterers. So
Right.
I really only experienced the live birthers, live bearers, with Peplin because he has a lot of live bearing fish, and they're not the same, y'all. Like live bearers, from what I've
Oh.
seen, generally, because he has the easier live bearers, all day, every day, there's new babies. But like you said, for some live bearers, like idiots, they're more rare, like once a year, every year and a half, maybe a few. But I love the egg scatterers because like you put a couple CPDs in a tank for 24 hours, each female will drop 10 to 15 eggs. 4 days later, you have like 100 fry.
That's like learning about the rice fish, like watching them clamp their little eggs between their bottom anal fins back there and spreading them along the plants. And like you can put those plants in another tank and they'll hatch out, and it's just magical. It's so cool to watch that.
Especially because they have that little string that they use
Right.
to tether eggs to. And Mickham says there are a lot of studies being made on species. From what I've been told, since they have the placenta cord.
Yeah, the placenta cord.
Brian Levy says that his sister is a live bearer. His sister is a live bearer. My nephew's second birthday is Friday, the 13th this year.
Oh, Brian. I love that.
That is
I
awesome.
bet your mama was a live bearer too, Brian.
I love that. So happy early birthday to you,
Birthday.
Brian. That's awesome.
Tomorrow is Paul McCarthy's birthday too.
Happy birthday, Paul. Love you. He's got some new kittens and kitty cats coming in.
He's got one coming home with him. I picked a name. I don't know. He asked, what would you call it? So I put the name I would call it down there.
Yeah. And freshwater ichthyology says, I think some stingrays and sharks carry their offspring like placental mammals, some other live bearers as well. It's not common as it's energetically costly.
Yeah.
I just remember hearing that sharks, they're as the babies are maturing within the womb, they often eat each other, and that's why usually there's only one baby born, because it usually eats all the other babies. But I know that's not for all sharks, because I know there's also like the little pup purses, which is a different type of shark when they lay their eggs on grasses for them to hatch out. Like, the world is crazy, and I just don't know enough.
That means they got to square off really early. Like they got to get the jump on the other one.
Yeah,
Right.
kind of like
You
that with
wait one day
axolotls.
too late,
Really
and
small in
your
the tank,
chances
there
are
will
gone.
only be
Yeah,
one.
axolotls. You're right, Roxanne. Roxanne has done a great job with the axolotls and learning and sharing them with us. It's a whole nother ball game. It's a whole different. It's so cool.
It's fun
But
though.
they
It
are
is
cannibalistic.
fun.
Yeah, they're cannibalistic if you're not careful, even though they are just such unique little critters. And
Yeah,
thank you,
it's not
freshwater
that
ichthyology.
they're purposefully cannibalistic. They're cannibalistic because they have poor eyesight,
Right.
and they don't know if it's a piece of food or
Survival.
their siblings limb, and either way, it tastes the same, so they just bite. So what happened? So I just keep mine separated just
Tastes
to
like
keep
chicken.
it.
Tastes like
Steven,
chicken.
But it has already been almost an hour, and I feel like we barely let you speak, Skull. We have a really bad habit of doing that. I'm so sorry.
you know, with a room full of women, you don't stand a
That just
chance
means we
anyway.
got to have you back. So
It
it's time
does.
to start doing a rotation of all the people we've had on here. It's time to have them back.
Yeah,
Part
it's
two.
an hour's not enough, so we'll have to have you back again if you'll tolerate us one more time.
Of course I would. Of course.
It's always a pleasure. But we're actually going to let you pick the hashtag that we send over to KG Tropicals tonight. So what would you like to let the hashtag be?
Oh, who knows? Somebody in the chat's gonna have to help me.
He's requesting.
How about hashtag Skull? Hashtag Skull.
Yeah.
We got to make them say what, like we always do every week.
Skull, thank you. You are such a wonderful supporter, and you have so much to share with us. So you better come back, and I think we should have hashtag Skull.
Yes, we can do hashtag Skull if he's happy with that. But I want to say
And John will
thank
say,
you
who's that?
so much for coming up this evening. Is there anything you'd like to let us know what's coming up? Are you appearing on any live streams coming up, or any videos you'd like to promote, or anything you'd just like to shout out?
I've got one that I'm working on that it's actually the first one that I'm trying to word just right because it's on a dry fertilizer.
Oh, awesome.
It will save people a lot of money, and it's very easy. Once you figure out the math to it and how to mix it, it's very easy. Very easy. But I'm still working on it. In my spare time of my job and everything else.
Oh, Danikin, I don't know. That looks provocative. I can't use that one.
Provocative.
Not that hashtag.
I love this sticker, though. Look at that. That is so cool.
And
That's
ladies,
cool.
is there anything you'd like to say before we head out for this evening? Head on over to KG, Miss Mary.
Oh,
Everything's
Skull,
great
thank
seeing
you for
everybody.
all your support in the Fish Fam. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. And we just truly enjoyed having you, and you've got to come back. Do you agree? Say yes.
I will come
Okay.
back
And
anytime.
here's the sticker. Love you, my friend. Okay. Love you all. Thank you.
And Miss Didi, is there anything you'd like to say before we head out for this evening?
But I'm from an old western. Skull, come back, Skull.
Skull, come back. Just come back, Skull.
Instead of
And I
saying-
want to take a moment just to say thank you so much, Curtis, for being our guest. It was fantastic
Yeah.
having you up. Mary and Dee Dee, it's always fantabulous hanging out with you guys every Thursday. It's my favorite day because I get to hang out with my ladies. And all of you, I want to say thank you to all of you that has joined us in chat, and to the mods who work so hard finding all the crazy things we talk about and dropping those links. If they drop the hat, we would be nothing without you. Thank you so much for all that you guys do.
Absolutely.
And
Thank
I
you, guys.
hope that you all have a fantastic weekend. The ones that you love, call them, give them a hug today if they're close by, a kiss on the cheek. or call them if they're far away. And just let them know that you love them and you're thinking about them. And as always, guys, it never hurts to just be kind. Love you
Just be
all.
kind.
See you next week.
Bye,
We'll be back
guys.
here with Eric Wyrock. So,
Whoa!
let them be.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Love you
We'll be
all. Have a
loud.
fantastic weekend.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Toodles.
He is a meow. He is a baby.
What's that? Is that a snail? Snail. What about that? Is that the cats? Bailey calls them the cats. You gonna give them kisses?
Did you just give the fishy a kiss? Oh.